Yes.
Screen.
All right. I see
Okay.
several from Dubai as well. Awesome. Greg, 51 state. Yeah.
Okay. I believe we should be streaming now in all the places. If not, we'll get the recording posted right after. But I think we're good to go. Looks like we've got quite an international audience today, which is on trend and on track for today's topic. Wesley, I think a lot of folks are going to be excited about what we're covering today. You
Mhm.
just mentioned a meetup that we just had, and I'm going to throw that on the screen here. Let's
Yeah, it's
share.
like perfect because I saw several come through from Florida, so that's awesome. If you happen to
Yes.
be in Florida and you're on this, put something in the chat. This was last night in Orlando.
Yeah, so tell us about
Robin.
this, Wesley. This is sort of a first of its kind.
Right, yeah. So Robin, one of our co-founders, we were at an event. I think we have 8 or 9 events that we're part of here in the month of January. We were at one last night with Perry Belcher, or this week with Perry Belcher. And Robin said, "Let's just put a little post out on Facebook and see if we can't get some people to come meet up with us at a restaurant." And we had well over 100 people show up at this event. It was
Amazing.
awesome, though. Yeah, it was a really good event. Kind of short notice, not real formal or anything like that. So it was a great opportunity to come out and just hang out with some fellow high levelers. So it was awesome. In Orlando, we're going to do more of these, but it just kind of highlights the exciting part about taking this digital world and making a community out of it, right? Because that's really what's cool about the whole SaaSPRENEUR high level community is that it's everybody in the same boat, swimming the same direction with their own journey and business that they're building on it. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's really why we're hanging out today on this webinar. We're talking about getting together as a community. We have hosted, high-level events in the past. We do our big event in the fall of each year. But this year we're bringing in a couple of new things. I think we're tweaking the SaaSPreneur Mastermind programs that we've been running. And
Yeah.
then we're also, let's skip to the next slide here. We're going global for the first time.
Yes.
So we're taking the show on the road, and I think high levels are around the world have been waiting for this. I know at our big event, we get people from, well, at all of our events, really, we have folks
Yeah.
flying from around the world, and they always ask, when do you come in here? When do you come in there? And so 2025 is the year where we are going to take the show on the road. We are going to go overseas. We're going to talk about one international location today, but I think we can tease some of the other ones, right, that will be announced as we progress into 2025.
Yeah, and Summit in October is still our marquee event. That's still going to be our largest, our premier event of the year. The SaaSpreneur events, the SaaSpreneur Lives, they're going to be more intimate settings, and they're really focused on people building their SaaS business, their SaaS journey. That's really the kind of the focus of these. So smaller, bringing it to you around the world, but really it's focused in this lane of SaaSpreneurs and those that are building their business on high level.
I love it. Before we dive in, I do want to remind everybody that we're going to be raffling off 2 tickets to either of the 2 events that we're going to announce today. So if you didn't register for this webinar, if you're watching it live in one of the streams, you've got a couple of minutes to head to saaspreneur.com/register to enter the raffle that we're going to be doing in, I don't know, probably about 15 minutes towards the end of
Now,
today's.
only register if you like winning things. Only
True.
register if you like winning. That's the trick to registering.
That is the trick. Okay, so without further ado, the 2 events that we are announcing today are, drumroll please, Dallas and Dubai. All right, so Dallas, it's kind of our home base, right? That's our backyard. Many of you have probably been to Dallas to hang out with us. Again, this event is going to be a little bit different. We'll talk more about that in a second. But the
Yeah.
international event that we are announcing right now is Dubai, Wesley, and I am pretty pumped up about it.
Yeah, I have never been, so I'm pretty excited to go experience it. Obviously, as you mentioned, Dallas, it's our home base. It's where we've had our masterminds. It's where we have our big annual summit event. This is, if you've attended one of our masterminds before in Dallas, we're going to actually be in the new venue where we're going to have our summit in October. So it's at the new hotel, the new venue, which we'll cover here in a minute. But yes, our first international event, also in February, we'll share those dates, is Dubai, which is pretty exciting.
Yes. Angel, SaaSPRENEUR.com/register is that URL. And I saw VJ in the comment called it out. I think he guessed, oh no, it was AJ. AJ said London or would love to host you in Dubai. And so you just fished your wish, sir. We will be there and hopefully you'll be able to make it with us. Let's talk a little bit about the details. So this is
Yeah.
the new version of SaaSPreneur Live is what we're calling it. It's a 2-day format, so the schedule will basically be the same in both of these locations. So Wesley, do you want to walk us through some of the details here?
Yeah, and you notice both of these are in February. And they're going to be similar in general schedule, but the speakers and so forth are a little bit different in each one. So if you look at these dates, you'll see that in Dallas, the 6th and the 7th of February, and in Dubai, the 24th and 25th of February. If you look at this, as I mentioned to you before already, these are meant to be quite a bit more of a mastermind workshop style type setting. So they're smaller, more intimate settings. The key is that you attend these. The speakers we're looking to bring on, and that we'll cover that in a little bit here. But these are SaaSPreneur award winners that we really want them to come and talk about. How did they pick their niche if they have one? How did they get their first customer? How did they go to 10? How did they scale to 100? What's their offer? What's their price point? Basically, open up their SaaS business and share that with the attendees so that they leave with this a business model in essence, or multiple business models they can pick from and incorporate into their business. So it's the Dallas one is our first ever SaaSPreneur Live event. What's really cool is you look at this on the bottom left, it says open office hours. This is always a hit at our events because we have dev team members who come there. So you can sit down next to them with your laptop, shoulder to shoulder, and walk through your automations and integrations and so forth, and really leave there with things set up. Because the goal is to leave better than how you arrived. So the idea being that you can sit right next to a dev person and walk through your business. So we really want to create this networking type of event, provide the technical and tactics from the speakers that are speaking before for each event. So there are different speakers speaking at each one, but that's the general overview. And you can kind of chime in and
Yeah,
clean
yeah.
up.
Before we dive deeper, I do want to call out the venues. So AJ commented that the Hyatt in Dubai is an awesome venue. Really, I've never been to Dubai either, but I can't wait.
Yeah.
And it does look like an incredible venue. So it's good to get some third-party validation from
Yeah.
AJ there. And then in Dallas, we're shifting to a new location, the Anatole, which is, traditionally we've been at I'm blanking on the name,
Statler.
the Statler, and
Yeah.
this time we're going to the Anatole, which you've been there, but I have not. I hear it's incredible.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. This is where we'll have Summit this year, but it's a beautiful hotel, great facilities. And there's lots of areas that you can do some networking sessions. There's nice grounds right outside. February might be a little cold to take in the lazy river, but there is one of those there as well. So it's a great hotel here in Dallas. Very close, easy to commute to, get to from either airport, either DFW or Lovefield. Both of them are super easy.
Awesome. I can't wait. So let's take a look here at the agenda. So Wednesday, sort of arrival day, you're going to want to come in. This is for Dallas, right? But it's going to be the same thing in Dubai. You basically want to get there the day early and then you can register. And that evening, we usually hang out, right? We have some sort of meetup event, have a couple of drinks, get to say hey to everybody as we head into day one, which will be Thursday on the 6th. Registration opens, we'll have some light breakfast, and then we go hard, right? 9:30 to 5, and it's a mix of, high level led sessions, networking sessions, and speaker sessions. We'll talk a little bit more about the speakers again, but I do think, as you pointed out, the goal of us is to bring in SaaSpreneurs that are ahead in the journey and sort of showcase them, their case studies, interviews, try to, basically get as much value out of them for the folks in the room so that they can see how other people have done it. Who was it? It was at one of our events when somebody said, when I have to do something new, I don't ask how, I ask who, right?
Right.
And the message behind that is who's walked this trail before? Who could help me shortcut this journey? And that's really the name of the game.
And
We've
the
got,
dates here for the dates
go
here are
for it.
for Dallas, but as you mentioned, the format is the same. The dates are different for Dubai, which we showed that a while ago. But the general format is the same. We'll have different speakers at the different locations. So even if you attend one city, if you were to attend a different city, there will be different speakers that are speaking at each venue.
Awesome. So let's take a dive into the agenda a little bit more. So as always, we have our SaaSPRENEUR curriculum, right? So we've been
Yeah.
running the SaaSPRENEUR program now since, well, really 2021 is, I guess, when we officially launched SaaS mode.
Mhm.
And so we've literally seen tens of thousands of agencies and entrepreneurs sort of take this journey, right? And we speak to both, whether you're an agency and you already have clients, you know, you're selling traditional services, but you're interested in rolling out a software as a service offering, a SaaS offering, or if you're a digital entrepreneur and you're like, look, I just want to build an online business. I've heard from some great people that I follow that high level and the SaaSPreneur program is a smart way to go about it. We'll have content for both of those sort of paths or
And
avatars.
Chase, one of the ones I think also we're starting to hear a lot about are the digital coaches, the digital entrepreneurs who have a very large following who build out a SaaS for their unique cohort of users of their system, right? So
Mhm.
we were just at Perry Belcher's event, good example where he has taken and he's built out a SaaS offering for everybody that's part of his specific ecosystem. So
Mm.
it's a different use than maybe an agency, so forth, but that's what's cool about what you can do in SaaS mode.
Absolutely. And what's cool about the speakers that we'll bring in that we'll get to in a slide or two. But you mentioned office hours, and again, this is always one of the biggest hits of our events is the fact that you can pop into the room and hang out with high-level staff, specifically staff from support and dev, and crack open your laptop and just have at it. Whatever you've been trying to build, maybe you've been struggling with something, you can't figure something out. The team's there, they'll sit down next to you and they'll get it knocked out for you so that when you leave, you're set up. You got over that hurdle, whatever it may be, if it's on the technical side. And so with that is the swag store, which is always a hit as well. There's tons of cool stuff in there that you can pick up throughout the event. We'll have opportunities for you to win some swag. And it's just pretty cool to see all the branding and everything that the team has put together.
There's always kind of like early access to some swag too. It seems to we always seem to have some that's like, oh, that's not even out yet, but you can get it here, so it's kind of cool.
Limited swag, yeah. Advanced swag will be available for sure. We're not going to reveal the speakers today, but I do want to call it out, right? So we will be bringing in folks from the community. And again, these are folks that have walked the path. In the past, we've had some big names from inside and outside the community, but we try to focus on folks that are actually using high level, right? So it's not just some celebrity guest speaker that we could bring in for you. These are folks that are big names within the industry, but they're also running their own SaaS, right? They're using high level every day. And while I don't know if it's any of these specifically, but I think you can tell the sort of the caliber of the speakers that we've had in the past, and we're going to maintain that level of standard in
If you look
2025.
at this right here, which I think speaks a lot of the type that we bring in, you see gold, platinum, and diamond award winners that which is over 1,000 SaaS customers. So you see a good mix of in this group right here, and that kind of speaks a lot to what we bring in to walk you through how and what they're doing. So it's pretty cool how we
Absolutely.
try to get
And
them to share this information.
you mentioned sort of the different ways folks are doing it. Every one of these speakers does it completely differently. And that's
Right.
really the beauty of bringing these folks in because you sit there and you kind of go, oh, wow, that's an option. Or, that one doesn't really resonate with me, but I really like what I heard that person say. And so you'll get a wide variety of perspectives there. Carlos calling out Mike Cooch. Mike Cooch has spoken at the event for sure. We need to add his picture in here. Mike's a great member of the community. And I saw a couple of people ask, yes, the recording of this will be in our YouTube shortly after we finish today. So if you have
Yeah.
to jump, don't worry, you'll be able to come back and watch the rest. Um, Another big part of our events that is a highlight is the fact that the founders are there. So there's typically always at least one of the three co-founders. Often we get lucky and have all three, which I think should be the case for sure in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Not sure, maybe Dallas too.
I
Uh,
think there'll be all three in both.
Great. So if you've been to an event, you know how accessible our co-founders are. It's amazing. They really want to sit down with you. They want to eat with you. They want to crack open the laptop and hop on with you. They really want to hear where you're at in your journey, how your experience with high level is going, and where you want to see it go in the future. So it's an incredible opportunity to network with them, but then we also get some really fun Q&A sessions with them. And we typically do like a what we call high level on the horizon, where we get a sneak peek as to what's coming down the pipe as far as roadmap and just any other questions that you typically have. It's pretty, Wesley, I've never seen a company where the co-founders are so accessible.
Oh yeah.
Um, and
Yeah,
it's a
and
big
it's
hit.
really yeah, and I think what's always a hit with this is the fact that they're like, wow, we're sitting here and we're eating lunch with them and sharing with them what we want specifically built or the problems that we're specifically seeing. So it's that direct access that really drives a lot of the platform. So I think it's rare to find companies that have grown like we have, where the co-founders are so connected to the community, which is really powerful.
Absolutely. Of course, there'll be even more, right? So we'll do daily Q&As to make sure if you came with a burning question, we address it before we wrap. The meals are always awesome. I think the events team does an incredible job of making sure that we're always well fed, typically including some tasty desserts. I've had some of the best cookies in my life at a high level event. Evening activities for sure. We always have a good time.
We
And
should
so
have put the picture of Varun when he was doing karaoke, which was really funny.
Yes, there may or may not be karaoke going on, but there have been some unforgettable moments, and no doubt we'll create some more this year. Evening activities are always a blast. Guided networking, this is really one of the main reasons you want to come to an event, right? So
Yeah.
it's not just to hear from us and to hear from people that are way ahead, but it's to hear from your peers, to meet your peers, make new friends. Um, I'll let you tee up a slogan that Wesley loves to use about if you want to go
If you want to
fast.
go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with someone.
That's right. And I think we've all really taken that to heart, and the community has embraced it. And it's really true. You come into the community of SaaSpreneurship, and then when you see folks in line at the summit for the rewards, they know each other. You know what I mean? You could tell
Yeah.
that they've been through battle together. They've really sort of helped sharpen each other's skills and advance each other. So being a part of the network and meeting everybody at the event is really maybe the main reason to get your ticket. We've got those co-founder hangouts and Q&As, and really the goal here is that you walk away knowing you're set up for success, right? That first hurdle of like just making sure your offer's in place, your platform's set up, you're ready to take people's credit cards and start generating customers. Understand the opportunity and modules. So we're going to talk a lot in the beginning about SaaS, the power of SaaS, why it's become probably the dominant business model globally, I would say, as well as the fact that there's no, one way to do it. And I think we've sort of made that point, but you're going to see a variety of perspectives and ideas and sort of
Yeah,
strategies.
that's why it doesn't say and model, it says and
Yeah,
models, because there are
yeah,
lots of ways to success. And that's what's powerful whenever you bring in these different award winners, that you'll see that there are lots of different paths.
absolutely. Um, Ready to sell market proven blueprints. So not only at the event, but we also obviously have a ton of assets that we've put together over the years that will make sure you have access to while you're at the event. We'll interact with some of those assets. We might role play with some of those assets. But the fact is, you'll have those, you'll know where they are as part of your arsenal as you head out of the event. That also includes prospecting and sales assets. If you're not a natural born salesperson like myself, these events are great because you get assets in your hand. You hear from folks that are sales experts. You learn tips, tricks that really boost your confidence and leave you ready to go have those conversations that you have to have in order to get started. And lastly, I think we touched on this. You're going to leave with a whole bunch of new friends. You're going to leave with an incredible network of peers to go on this journey with. And I have to say, it's just really a pleasure to see folks. You see them at one event and they're just getting started. They're nervous, they're overwhelmed, but they're excited. And then you see them at Summit. I've seen a lot of people in the same year go from just getting started to winning award at Summit. And the transformation not just in their businesses, but in their personalities and the way they carry themselves. It's incredible. So
Well, and one of the speakers, it was really, I'll tease this a little bit, but 2 years ago attended, and what he's really excited about is he attended and said, "I'm going to be on that stage," and here he is. It's actually a little less than 2 years later. He has over 200 SaaS customers, and now he's speaking. So that's just the cool part about being able to attend something like this, and then you talk about that journey, seeing them go from attendee to award winner, attendee to award winner to speaker, which is pretty fascinating.
absolutely. Now, let's get into tickets because this is one of the things that I'm most excited about is we've made it easier and more accessible than ever to
Yes.
come to one of these events. So if the price tag of the previous event has been a barrier in the past, hopefully you'll find that this year there is a ticket for you. Wesley, we've gone from over $1,000 per ticket down to 697. How the heck were we able to do that?
Yeah, and it was, if you look at the last one we had, it was 12.97 a ticket. And we typically well, not typically, we've never had any type of sponsor or exhibitors or anything like that at these events. These are more intimate settings and so forth, where at Summit we may have 30 exhibitors that are set up. You can't really do that when you have a smaller type of setting. So that is one slight difference this time. We are going to have a couple of exhibitors. They're going to help offset. In essence, they're helping pay for part of your ticket to try to make it as accessible as possible. Not necessarily something we're going to do for every event going forward. But as we just roll these out, we wanted to make sure we did everything possible. So that's really what happened is at this time we're going to have one, two, just a couple of different exhibitors to help really offset some of that ticket cost.
And in the ticket cost, I mean, oftentimes when you see a reduced ticket price, it doesn't include things like meals and drinks. We've got meals and drinks included in the price,
Mhm.
all the stuff that we just covered for 697, which is I think the lowest I've ever seen one of our tickets. And as you
That is the
said, we
lowest.
can largely thank the sponsors that'll be a part of these events. And another sort of high level first is that I've never seen industry events where the sponsors are so embraced by the community. Most of the sponsors of our events are folks from within the community that have built some sort of add-on, some
Yeah,
sort of
right.
program that really complements the journey that you're trying to go on. It's not somebody sort of from out of left field trying to sell you something.
Yeah,
And
because
so,
you said, I think the key thing there was in the community, where a lot of times
mhm.
that there, if you attend events and so forth, exhibitors or sponsors, there's some external third party entity out there. But if you've attended any of our events, and what's really cool about our exhibitors and sponsors is they are people from within the community who have been able to build on top of, bolt on something that really extends the power and functionality of the platform. So it's a really neat thing to see how it's evolved over time as high level has evolved.
Absolutely. All right, so we are almost at the time where we're ready to give away some tickets. So this is your last chance. SaaSPRENEUR.com/register if you haven't gone there already. And I'm gonna throw up this final ticket slide while I prepare the wheel of names. So Wesley, you just want to reiterate the fine details here, and I'll get us set up to give away 2 tickets to 2 lucky winners.
So obviously, these are smaller venues. They are meant to be more intimate in their scope and scale. So if you want to get tickets while they last, you can go to SaaSPreneur.com/live. That's where you can get your tickets. You can choose when you land on that site either the Dallas or the Dubai location. You pick whichever works for you. There will be additional locations around the world at some point in time. There's not going to be every month like this, like we're doing here, but we are going to do a couple more this year. But you can go to SaaSPreneur.com/live, pick either the Dallas or the Dubai location. You'll see your tickets there. If it says it's sold out, then you'll only be able to choose the other location. But then we're getting ready to do the spin the wheel. So that's your chance to get some free tickets. The way this works is we'll put a big wheel up on the screen. If you've put in the chat a one if you've ever been to any of our raffles at an event that we've hosted or we've been a part of. Where we have people enter in our raffles, and we got some ones coming through here. So what'll end up happening is we'll put a wheel up. It'll have a whole bunch of names on there, and then whether you're in a bus, an airport, at your office, at your house, wherever you may be, we're going to be chanting spin that wheel, and we're going to see the winners come up on the screen here. So we'll put it up here. If you're ready there, Chase, let's throw it live and see where
I
we.
am almost ready. I think we almost broke the wheel. We've got some.
Holy cow. That is a lot.
And I
We got people
hear, oh,
typing
there we
spin the
go.
wheel, spin the wheel. All right.
All right,
Uh,
cool.
Are
So
we
I think
ready?
we are ready. So lead us, take it away, Wes.
All right, here we go, everybody. You can type it, you can say it. Spin that
Spin
wheel.
that wheel. Spin
Spin
that
that
wheel.
wheel.
Spin
Spin
that
that
wheel.
wheel.
All
Spin that
right.
wheel. All right, let's see. No whammies, no whammies. Chase, call it out.
Our first winner is Danielle Sherbo.
All right. So we'll
Danielle,
reach out to you.
congrats. You get to choose between Dallas or Dubai, and we've got one more ticket to give away. So why don't
All
we get it
right.
going one last time?
Here you go. Type it in the chat. Say it out loud. Spin
Spin
that
that
wheel.
wheel. Spin
Spin
that
that
wheel.
wheel. Spin
Spin
that
that
wheel.
wheel. Here we go.
And the winner. Let's see. Is Danielle here from the previous one? Let's see.
Jeffrey
Ooh,
Carlius. Hopefully, I pronounced that
Elias.
correctly, but Gressley, Jeffrey, congratulations. You just won yourself a ticket to SaaSPRENEUR Live. Um, I'm going to flip back here. So, Danielle and Jeffrey, our team will follow up with you shortly to get you your tickets. But again, everybody else, you can head over to saaspreneur.com/live, or you can scan that big QR code, which, by the way, was made with the new QR code builder inside of High Level. Hopefully, everybody has checked that out. Um, Pretty cool. But uh, before we jump, I just want to say I'm so excited to see everybody there. We're really excited to take the show overseas. We do have a couple more international events planned that we'll announce as we head further into the year. But Dubai, Wesley, I mean, this is like as glitzy and glamorous as it gets, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm pumped. That's gonna be great. Busy. A lot of airline miles in February. So it's well worth it though.
Absolutely. So let's hang out for just another minute to make sure everybody has had a chance to either scan that or grab the URL. If you could just give us a good to go in the chat, we'll know that we are clear to head out. And hopefully, we will see you all at one of these two locations in the very near future. I mean, I can't
A
believe we're
month.
almost, yeah, this is going to be exciting. I got to get myself some new luggage, to be honest. I think I'm about ready to upgrade myself here.
Just travel
Okay,
light. Anything you can only fit in one bag. That's the key.
that's right. I'm going to try to go carry on international. So we'll see if I can pull that off. The replay will be up in YouTube in a couple of minutes. Give our team about half an hour, let's say, just to get it all tidied up and loaded up. And it looks like we're good to go. So thanks a lot for hanging out, everybody. We are so excited. You'll probably see us do another webinar in the near future to announce the speakers that will be at the event. But these are more intimate, right? So there are way less tickets than the past events of 2024. So while the price is much better, they will probably go twice as fast. Don't
Yeah.
delay if you would like to join us. We hope to see you there.
Awesome.